Hello and welcome. My name is Kim with Lotus Within Yoga, and here we are at day 11 of our 30 Days of Yoga Challenge. Now, today we're going to be doing a chill yin style class because if you're following along in order, it is a Sunday, and I like to keep things nice and juicy and nourishing on Sundays. So let's take care of ourselves, and there's one major prop we're going to need for this class, and that is a wall. So take your yoga mat and find a wall somewhere nearby because we are going to be using it for all of our stretches today. And yeah, that's basically it. So why don't you grab your stuff and we'll get started. All right, so let's get started. We're going to be laying down for basically, yeah, the whole class. So it's mostly focused on our legs. So when you're ready, we're going to take our seat as close as we can to the wall and just literally lay down onto your back and take those legs and stretch them up the wall. Now you can have your seat as close or far away from the actual wall as feels comfortable for you. If you have really quite tight hamstrings, it might feel better for you to be a little bit farther away from the wall. Or if you have the ability, you can always scooch right up close, really using the whole wall as support for your legs. Now, your knees don't have to be stick straight. We're going into a yin class, so really protect those joints. Allow the muscles to relax. Your arms can be at your sides, on your belly, maybe overhead if you want to get into the shoulders. And just take a few big deep breaths here as we get into the beginning of our class. Taking our busy days and our to-do lists, setting them to the side, focusing just on these next few moments as we nourish our body. Today's affirmation is, I easily release negative self-talk. I easily release negative self-talk. Full inhales, full exhales. These nice little inversions that we're going to be doing with our legs are so nourishing. I'm very excited personally because yesterday was leg day for me, so walking upstairs and stuff and sitting down is just a little tricky. So I know that if I do this nice nourishing stretch out for my legs plus the inversion, it's going to help with that repair. Okay, so now that we've had our legs up the wall for a few moments, we're going to come into, well, it's basically going to come into a diamond pose, so, or cobbler's pose. You can have your feet, soles of your feet together, knees wide, and again, as close as you want for your feet. They can either be close to your pelvis or further away, but we're really just allowing our body to relax and allow the wall to help support us. Again, your seat can be really close to the wall, or you can have it back a few inches. And just finding the posture that works for your body at this time. No pinching, no pain, no numbness, no tingling. You may have gone too far into the posture if those are sensations you might be feeling. And slow inhales, slow exhales. I easily release negative self-talk. Maybe releasing that self-talk with every single breath. We all have that monkey mind that can just keep going and going and going and telling us all these cyclical stories. that we make up in our heads. That's okay, that's normal, but you need to know that is not you. Those are just the monkeys and the lizard brain taking over. You can always return to your breath. Beautiful. Just another 2 more big deep breaths here. Excellent. Okay, so this time you can just bend in through the knees. You're probably going to have to allow your seat to come out, maybe even as far as so that your legs would be like in a chair-like position, in that proper right angle. We're going to come into a reclined swan from here. So we're going to straighten, or actually keep a bend in that right leg. We're going to allow the knee to open up to the side, and we're going to take the right ankle and cross it over the left thigh. Now maybe that right there is just a little bit out of reach. You can always straighten a little bit through that left leg, then placing that ankle onto the thigh. And from here, you can change the height of that left foot to see how this pose suits you and your body. Now, there should be no twisting in the knee. All the rotation comes from the hip, down here at the hip. Open that knee up, and then you can play with the left foot, bringing the foot closer to you, farther away. Take your time to set up into this pose. And breathe, remembering in the end that we are trying to relax the muscles as best as we can to really allow that stress on the joints, that positive stress on the joints. And just observing whatever sensations come up, not with judgment, but just curiosity and observance. Maybe doing a little body scan and seeing if you can increase the intensity of the pose, or if you're holding your breath, decreasing the sensitivity or the sensation of the pose. Just staying in tune with the body. We'll have another 2 big deep breaths right here. Excellent. So you can go ahead and uncross that right foot, put it onto the wall, and this time we're going to allow the left knee to drop open to the side, and then crossing over the right thigh. Now maybe you need to walk that right foot up the wall a little bit in order to get that foot across. Again, the rotation is coming from the hip. There is no actual twisting of your knee. Taking your time, knowing that the feeling can be quite intense in one and less intense in the other, and that's totally okay. That's totally normal. Definitely feeling this one from my squats yesterday. So with every inhale and exhale, expanding, thinking expansion through the lungs. Expansion, maybe a little bit through the joints. ensuring that our body feels safe in each and every pose. Full inhales, full exhale. Two more big deep breaths right here. All right, you can slowly unhook that left foot. And we're going to come into one last pose, which is going to be a wide-legged straddle. So depending on how it feels for you, you may need to come closer, go farther away. It's really depending on how this feels in your body. I can't say that enough. Try not to compare yourself to necessarily those around you. You just really want to know how the pose feels in your body. So you're going to take your legs as far apart as feels comfortable for you. And again, just really be curious. See how it feels to go one way, maybe go a little wider, maybe a little bit closer together. Just find that point in your hips where it's comfortably uncomfortable, where you're feeling the stretch. Not trying to prove any points, just enough so that you're feeling it. And breathe. Nice lengthening of the hamstrings and the inner groin. While still enjoying all those benefits from this inversion of the legs. Really allowing the blood flow to really regenerate through the limbs. It's wonderful for your circulation, especially if you're on your feet all day. Even just doing your legs against the wall like our very first pose after a very busy day is very calming for the nervous system. Two more big deep breaths right here. Go ahead, you can take your hands to help you as you bend in through the knees. You're going to bring them into your chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze, maybe a little rocking back and forth, massaging out through the low back. And then you can roll to one side as you press yourself up. We'll meet in a seated position. Whew. All right. I don't know about you, but my legs feel so much better, even in just those short few moments of doing these different versions of legs up the wall. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Day 11, tomorrow's day 12. I've got a great class for you. And again, thank you so much for taking the time for yourself, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Namaste.